Welcome back to the Digital Dawson Show, coming to you from the Max Podcast Studios in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where we help business owners make smarter moves with their advertising. I'm your host, Tommy Dawson. In this episode, we'll be taking a little break from the marketing strategy and tips that I usually do. I want to talk about why I launched this podcast and why I believe local businesses, especially the ones right here in Southeast Missouri, deserve better marketing, better tools, and better support. Let me take you back for a second. My love for media really started when I was 12 to 13 years old. I remember watching the local meteorologist Bob Reeves on TV and thinking, man, that would be cool to do. That stuck with me through my high school years, and when I had the opportunity to take a digital media class, I jumped right in. That class introduced me to more than just wanting to be on camera, though, but also working behind the scenes, directing audio, editing video. Once I graduated from high school, I immediately applied at that same TV station that Bob was on. Not to be on the air, but to work behind the scenes. I got the job and hit the ground running working on the cameras. From there, I worked my way up to directing newscasts. Now, after I graduated college, I started to get the entrepreneur itch, if you know what I mean. I wanted to own something of my own and to make it my own. At that time, an opportunity came available to buy a local frozen treat shop. It was the perfect opportunity for my wife and I, something that was, already established, but then we could grow it into something new and put our spin on it. So after we purchased the business, I decided to leave the TV station after a few months of doing both. It was tough, leaving a job that I've always dreamed of doing for so long. But the decision to leave that job and go full-time in running a business turned me into the person I am today. Being a business owner is not for the faint of heart. It's tough, challenging, and sometimes can be overwhelming for sure. Top all that with the wonderful thing called COVID. Insert sarcasm here. Yep, that's right. We had about 1 year under our belts as business owners when the world, came falling apart. In 2019, we had big plans on expanding our growing business in many different ways. Then in March of 2020, all that came to a screeching halt. We went from doing record-breaking numbers to worrying about if we were going to be able to pay the rent for our locations. It was definitely a scary time for all business owners. I know a lot of them didn't get to see the other side, and they had to shut their doors. We were lucky enough to scrape by and fight through it, but it definitely wasn't easy. I remember in the hospital when we were about to have our first child, and we had to sign to close one of our locations. Talk about rough. About 1.5 years later, we made the hard decision to step away from the business to focus on our family. We had poured so much into it, our time, energy, passion. Letting go wasn't easy, but we found the perfect buyers who were already in the frozen treat business, and they were ready to grow. We were definitely blessed to find them. So after we sold, I took some time off to figure out exactly what was going to happen next, what I wanted to do. That's when I heard a radio ad for a sales position at River Radio. I prayed about it, felt peace about the decision, and went for it. It was the perfect blend. I could use my experience as a business owner to help other businesses grow using the powerful tool of radio. After a couple years in radio, I was introduced to the digital world of marketing. And, well, that brings us to today. All right, here's why I'm sharing all of this with you. Because I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to run a business, to wear all the hats, to feel like there's never enough time in the day. And looking back, one of my biggest regrets, we didn't have a real marketing strategy. Sure, we used Facebook as much as we could, ran the occasional billboard, but nothing consistent or targeted. I wish I'd known back then what I know now, that combining radio with digital marketing can give you a powerful, measurable results. So here's the truth. Posting once or twice a week on Facebook isn't a marketing strategy. Yes, Facebook is important, don't get me wrong, but if that's all you're doing, you're only reaching your followers on there. Even boosting posts only go so far, and only on one platform. Real marketing involves a smart mix. Maybe it's Facebook ads, plus banner ads that reach people outside of social media. Maybe it's pairing digital with a strong radio campaign that includes a clear call to action. There's no one-size-fits-all plan. It depends where your customers are at in the funnel. Are you building awareness or pushing for conversions? Wherever you are, a solid strategy is key. When I first stepped into digital marketing, here's what I realized. Digital marketing isn't magic. It's not about going viral or being everywhere all at once. It's about understanding your audience, creating meaningful content, and optimizing your presence online in ways that actually work for your business here in your community. Not with buzzwords like geofencing or retargeting, those tools can be useful, but with honest, straightforward advice, the kind that helps real businesses grow. So that's why this podcast exists. It's not just about tactics. It's about supporting local businesses with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to market smarter. Because you deserve more than just to survive. You deserve to thrive. Now, if anything I said today hits home, if you've ever felt stuck, overwhelmed, or unsure of where to start with your marketing, don't hesitate to reach out. I will put our CMO advertising website in the description of this podcast, but if you want to reach out to me directly, shoot me an email at tommyd@riverradio.net. Tell me what you're struggling with. Tell me what you want to learn. This show is for you, and I want it to grow with you. Be sure to follow the show and leave a review if you're feeling kind, and share it with fellow local business owners that could use a little boost. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time on the Digital Dawson Show. Digital Dawson out.